is Hale for HES Ultimage, and this is your divination forecast for the month of April. Hey guys, I am back. Have a lot of updates for you. It's been a while, and yeah, I've got a lot. So if you do want to just skip ahead, you'll just see when I'm holding up the cards and just kind of figure it out. But yeah, because there's a lot. Because I know a lot of people were like, okay, why are his videos so short in March? Why did he just take down all of his videos in the whole channel practically? So I'll explain all of that stuff right now. So as you all know, end of February into early March was a really hard time for me. I was going through a spiritual ascension, um, and it was very difficult. It was basically like I learned these new abilities, but I was picking up so many different channels and entities and everything that it just got really overwhelming. My chakras got all clogged up and blocked up. Um, there were times during it where like I overused my energy to such an extent or was like facing so many different like energies of like fear and doubt and confusion that the one time it felt like my body was set on fire, and the second time it felt like my heart was being stabbed repeatedly with a knife. So fun stuff, but I'm much better now since I got some help from people who know a lot more about that stuff than I did, because I did not know what the hell was happening to me. But I did learn that I can actually channel spirit and entities and energy directly through my body, which I was not able to do before. And I did learn how to do automatic writing through that process. But like it was all such an overload that it just manifested in all these different ways, and it was just like big crazy energy. And this is the way I always sum it up. It's like I was Phoenix from X-Men, where she like goes, "I am Phoenix," and then just like burns everything to the ground and like self implodes. That's the energy. But yeah, but I'm much better now. All my good vibes are coming back in, so yeah, so now videos will be back to their regular style and regular length. So, and as far as removed videos, I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter so much. I mean, because you never really watch them anyhow after like a month or two has passed. So I'm gonna start building them up again, but then it'll just be as we naturally do them. I also had to refund a few readings, just like a week's worth of readings during that period, because I was not in a state to be doing them for those few people. So, I mean, I would never do a reading unless I believed that it was at the right level of energy and caliber that I'm used to doing. So to those few people, I apologize that I couldn't do it for you, and, I'd love to in the future, but I believe very strongly in the ethics of what I do, and I would never do a reading where I would think that my energy's so messed up that I couldn't even function, you know? So I'm sorry for that if you were one of those people. But by all means, like, in the future, I would love to read for you. It's just that's just how it worked out, and I would much rather give you your money back than do a shitty reading for you, okay? Like, and that's how you also know I'm back. I'm cursing again, so alright. Okay, a few more things, and then we'll get down to it. But I know I haven't really talked to you guys in a while, since in March I was all freaked out and and really drained. So you're getting an extra dose of my personality this month. You're like, hooray! All right. Other than that, my birthday just passed. It was March the 20th. So I got to visit my brother with my family down in Colorado. And that was nice, helped me recharge more. So that was nice. Oh, all right, moving on to another thing. As many of you know, if you've been watching my channel for a while or watched some of my other stuff, before I did any of this work, I was planning a comic company. Within the, vision of that company and what I was planning, I actually purchased merchandise for that company. One of the things that I purchased were these beautiful silicone and steel bracelets that I had imported from China from a very, small but very detail-oriented, best quality kind of company. And I just had them laying around, and I was like just holding on to them, hoping to just sell them for the comic company. But all of a sudden, after a discussion with a friend of mine, I realized that they're helpful for balancing your ions, which actually is somewhat spiritually relevant because the energy of your body. So I'm actually going to offer them through my website. And ironically, the branding colors of my comic company were prism colors, which very ironically, or very coincidentally, I'm sorry, I'm not using ironically accurately. I'm an English major, I should know better than that. Were prism colors which coincide with the colors of the 7 chakras. So just a fun coincidence there. But anyhow, I'll show them to you really quick. They'll be on my website, probably in like an apparel tab or something separate from the personal readings, but same exact website, people. Link will be down there. All right, so we've got black. These are the first ones I'm showing you are silver tone metal. I know you're like, oh my god, he's seriously showing merchandise. Okay. Blue. Yeah. Green. Alright, give me a second. These are the black metal. Light blue. Red. Oh, and the colors don't read perfect because of the auto adjust of the lighting on my camera. So I'll have pictures of them on the website that'll reflect the like true color because they're very like saturated but darker. So they're like really mature in color. Violet, that's gold tone now. Gold tone, which is my personal favorite. Orange. Very nice. Okay. And then yellow. So orange and yellow are also the gold tone. And again, like you'll be able to see it on the website, but these are the bio elements in the back of the bracelet. And I know one's far infrared ray, one is tourmaline, and then I forget the other two. Maybe I'll just put it on my website once I look it up again. But yeah, so those will be available for purchase on my website. Like they get mailed to you. I'm not gonna like send them to you psychically or through email like I normally would through email. I can't email you a bracelet, obviously. So but yeah, those will be available, and they're just really friggin' cool bracelets, to be honest. Like I mean, whenever I used to show them to people, like before they were even available through the comic company, they were just like, I just want a bracelet, dude. And they're really great fashion bracelets in general. You know, they're simple, they're comfortable, but they look pretty classy. And actually, I'll just show you what the logo is really quick, since that's lasered in. It's like laser printed onto the metal, which is also super cool. And the image is actually an inkstone with lines going through it, which represents the stake that we hold in our own future destiny. The inkstone is our role. The lines are like the you know, unforeseen or uncontrollable outcomes that occur from our decisions. The company is actually called Destiny Line Comics, and I do actually own that name because I'm registered through the government. So I've still technically got the company, honestly. It's just not functioning. But anyhow, and just springboarding off of that, if you are an artist or know an artist who maybe just has an ordinary job and maybe didn't get to really use your skills, but like have great skills for it, for like making a comic, or would be interested in making a comic, and might want to collaborate with me on this project, by all means, contact me through my website or through YouTube, because that works too. I monitor both. I don't have helpers or anything. It's just me, people. But yeah, so if you are an artist with considerable skill and ability who wants to create something of beauty and incredible power, because it's a powerful story, the one I'm doing. All my stories are really cool. They're all fantasy stories. But yeah, so if you'd be interested, or even just interested in talking or feeling out the situation, then by all means contact me. I wouldn't have any money to offer you. I'm just making it by as it is, but if we ever release that comic, then obviously there would be definite compensation for both of us. All right. Anyhow, but then moving on, we're just about done, guys, and then I'm getting to the reading. Yeah. All right. So like I was saying, vids will be at their regular length again. I might do some weeklies, okay? Don't get overexcited. I know a lot of people were kind of disappointed when weeklies went away. I'll only do weeklies when I feel I need to do them and when I have enough time to do them. So that means there will be no consistency when it comes to doing weeklies, okay? Like, if I feel like things feel a little bit lighter in a particular week, or I'm like, oh, like, you know, I've got a lot of free time, let me do a weekly. That's how it'll work, okay, guys? But it'll be same format that I was always doing it. I'll probably just label them differently so people actually know it's all 12 signs broken up by their element, because I don't think people realize that. I think they probably just thought it was one of those, like, BS, oh, everyone in this element, this is the energy. No, I don't do that. It's always been all 12 signs when I did weeklies, whether people realized that or not. All right. Oh, and I do hope to reinstate those educational videos when it comes to crystal meditation and maybe some philosophical videos once I catch back up, because I want to get a little bit ahead. Maybe do May early and stuff, then I'll figure that out. But honestly, the crystal med ones that I had up, the two of the most important ones, I accidentally, as you know, I used to like to do this, say the F word in them, and that limited who could actually watch them, so it's kind of good that I'm going to have to redo them so everybody can enjoy them. But as you know, I will still be cursing with less intensity than that, so that everybody can see it, but I'm still being me. Okay. All right. Now we are on to the reading. You're like, finally, you stopped talking. Okay, here we go. Give me a minute. I just want to feel this out because I'm getting this spread together here. All right, I think we're going to do our overall energy first. Yeah, okay. All right. Okay. Lots of power right now. And I gotta say, guys, April is feeling like a really good month. You're the third sign I'm doing, but it already feels like it's got great energy inside of it. Like I said, it's like February was really hard. Early March was too. Then March got to be like a healing month. April seems like it's going to be a lot more fun. All right. So overall energy for April for Taurus is Eternal Flame. All new cards right now, too. I'll be using all of my cards as I always do, but I've got a lot of new decks right now, too. Welcome in lots of great new energy. Okay, and Sword of Orion, look inside you. And I don't mention this as often, but I have a lot of planets in Taurus, too. So this is kind of relevant for me as well. All right. So, Eternal Flame and Sword of Orion together is showing me there's a lot of inner power coming to us when it comes to April, or you're going to be able to perceive your inner power far greater than you had before. Eternal Flame shows the consistent energy of that power and that passion or fire. Look inside of you just shows that idea of the fact that it's power within, not power externally. Okay, Taurus? And this is so great because I already know somebody in my periphery who really needs this message too. All right, great stuff to start. Okay, now it's energy surrounding us in the month of April. Oh man, this is ringing all my bells. Lapis excelsis. Perspective. All right, so this would mean as far as the overall energy and things around us, it all has to do with self-reflection. I'm saying self-reflection because, again, self is a big key word for this month for Taurus. Perspective is showing me the idea of perceptions, seeing the big picture, reflecting upon everything we've been through, because everybody's been through a lot, okay? The past, period of that end February, early March has been brutal on a lot of people. I know that. Even early February for some people. But it, intensified, basically. That all happened for a reason. It wasn't a mistake. I'm getting this too, guys, okay? So you really want to be able to, examine it closely. And I think we will through events that unfold around us where we go, oh my God, I had to go through this in order to learn this lesson, or in order to help this person, or in order to move my damn life forward, okay? And I'm getting things on all of those areas too, so keep an eye out for it. Okay. Energy we are bringing. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. So we've got Luna Rosa, emotional healing, all right, paired with Elohim, pathways of light. All right, and this is all coming deep into everything I was already saying, guys. Elohim, pathways of light shows me the idea of, it's like the connections in our brain, pretty much. It's the idea of it being, you know how I was saying how we need to make the connections between what we had been experiencing and how we're going to use that knowledge? That's what this is showing me. It's the idea of we are going to be making the right connections to understand the significance of what we've been going through and learning. Because it has been intense learning, people, okay? I know that. And I know it's not just me, it's been everybody that I've been talking to, okay? So, like, this is an important lesson for a lot of people. Because it's paired with emotional healing, again, it's about seeing the deeper significance of all that has transpired, and because it's healing, I know it was painful for a lot of people. That shit hurt, okay? So, like, literally, I told you in the intro, I felt physical pain in my body so intense 2 times during that process, it was like I was dead and had to revive myself from death, basically. Some people say there's a thing like spiritual death. I'm pretty sure that's what I was experiencing, but first time in my life to feel that way, so never know. All right, but again, with the emotional healing there, it's showing me that, again, through the connections that we're going to make, we will receive healing through those connections. So be engaged this month of April when it comes to evaluating your feelings and seeing the big picture of what has transpired and how it is empowering you to improve your life or the lives of others. All right, reflection. This is a great one. Angel of Jupiter Awakening. All right. This is showing the idea of the precipice of rewards or gains. And I gotta be honest, because this is a very mental, philosophical month for Taurus, I believe these gains are in relation to what we are reaping from those lessons, okay? And because this is in reflection, again, it's about reflecting on what has been in order to see how we have become empowered or wise because of those situations, okay? I know I'm really banging you over the head with this, but we need this, okay? This is a big part of why all of this shit's been happening. Broad, deep, intense transformation in a good way, though. Okay? I don't want you guys to freak out and think things are going to get really bad again or something. Okay, and they were. Bad is the wrong word. Very challenging, but, like, as far as I'm concerned, that period's over, okay? Like, we've weathered the deepest, I believe, of what that energy was. Cosmic Butterfly shows me we need to be making these transformations, and they're happening internally and cosmically or karmically, okay? So it's like if you found through this process that you needed to change your direction or commit to a direction when it comes to your goals or your life purpose, or recommit, it's kind of like when you renew your vows or something. That could be it too, okay? But it has to do with transformation that's on a really cosmic or karmic level. Here are the cards that flesh that out. It's the Cloak, all right? and fire and ice. All right, so fire and ice has to do with contrast. It has to do with two very opposite forces, bringing out their sense of, hold on, because I'm trying to feel, because this can go a few different ways. These are blending. So this is about blending the contrast, okay? So I would say if it's about two opposite sides of who you are, then you're blending those opposites to create what is perfect. I believe this pretty strongly. Like, we need, okay, oh my god, I'm getting a lesson now for myself, because I was just discussing this with somebody. We need shadows and light inside of us to make ourselves strong. If we only had shadow, we wouldn't be able to progress. If we only had light, we'd never learn lessons. So the only way we can become powerful is by acknowledging both shadow and light in equal tandem, because we've been given shadow to amp up our light, basically. Like, you can't learn any lessons if you don't have any shadows. You can't evolve as a human being or spiritually if you don't have any shadows. God, there was a big lesson for me in this reading, because a lot of people were seeing their shadow side or facing a big shadow challenge during that period, myself included. So this is showing me we need to blend those opposites in order to find true power and strength. And again, this was a part of the transformation, okay, guys? That fire and ice, those opposing forces. It could be also passiveness and aggression, blending those two forces. Because we're all seeking balance again, too. It's coming in April, and it's not just coming through healing, which was March, but now it's coming through power, self-empowerment again, universal empowerment. Okay, guys? The other one is the cloak. This is a really, really cosmic one, okay? The cloak has to do with, it's kind of like the idea of a magic cloak. It's that idea of an instrument of magic that kind of opens itself to another realm. It's kind of like, okay, in this one game, they have this magical place called the Fade. It's from Dragon Age, I think. God, that's how you know I'm back to myself too with my pop culture references that maybe nobody understands. But it's the idea of this like parallel world where, you know, where we can perceive things that are different but through magic. This is really unique for Taurus because I've got a lot of Earth energy, but you know, my Sun and my Mercury in Pisces, that's very connected to the spiritual realm. I would say having the cloak does suggest, okay, and gotta be honest, guys, Cosmic Butterfly too, strongly suggesting a new connection to spiritual being. And that might not seem super relevant to you, but it's relevant to everybody. I said this back in February. We're entering a very spiritual era for the next, like, 2 decades, where it'll be particularly prevalent. So examining your connection to that other realm is important. And I gotta bring these back because these are really important, and I already know how these are functioning for other people in the sign of Taurus. Again, Fire and Ice is about bringing together our contrasting feelings or sides of ourselves. This has to do with the learning that we were supposed to be learning when we were going through that intense time. And again, Cosmic Butterfly is challenging us, not even challenging us, just calling us to make the changes in our lives that we need to in order to become empowered again, and in order to make our lives more what it deserves to be rather than what we've, you know, settled for it being. Okay, because it's about coming into your own and moving forward into something new, transforming, evolving, or changing to find your own power again. Okay, I gotta bring these back. Because it's all about personal power this month, okay, guys? Eternal Flame, look inside yourself. And I already know that some people, it's as simple as, you know, learning things like meditation to tap into your personal power that much more, okay? I should probably get on those crystal meditation videos, right? I only had a few up, so I won't have to redo too many, but I think that would be a good thing, because I like to give you guys a resource, so that way when I'm like, get yourself grounded, whatever, whatever, you're like, well, how? Well, that's how. Okay. Last one. Reflection. I know I've digressed a lot. Sorry, guys. I am who I am. All right. Oh yeah. All right, guys. You're going to love this last part, and it's totally in line with everything I was saying. Like, seriously, I called this from the first few cards, and now it's just all, again, I'm just going to be nailing you over the head with it more. There we go. Full circle. Again, seeing the significance of everything you've gone through. Karmic month, okay? Paired with, get this, the communal dance and gifts received, okay? So having all of these together, again, full circle, seeing the significance of everything that has been, okay? Communal dance represents our connection to other people. So it's this idea of seeing, I said this earliest in the video, before I even got these cues, how we're connected to others and how what we've been through can help and empower other people, okay? So the idea of seeing, not just seeing the significance of what we've been through, but how it can help connect to others and help them through what they've been through, because I believe that's a big part of the kind of rehab of the next few months, is helping other people realize why they had to go through their part of that craziness cycle, okay? Craziness cycle in this case would be either ascension or a spiritual shift, which just about everybody did go through or received a big challenge within. Gifts received, again, is showing me if we reflect upon what we've been through, then we see the wisdom in it, we receive higher learning, we receive more power, because power is within our lessons, people, okay? And I always say that stuff, but, well, I also always say that life is just about lessons, and it's just, like, all veiled in the fact that it's a normal existence, but it's really just to teach us shit. All the time, even when you don't think it is. Relationships, friendships, interactions that you like or don't like, it's all just meant to teach you stuff. But again, like, you'll see the value in these things now that, we get through April and we see why we had to go through it and why we had to learn, okay? All right, but that said, that is your April. If you'd like a personal reading, I do them. Hit the link below. Hope you do. It's in the little comment section that now YouTube hides, because that's a brilliant thing. I gotta get one of those things where it could just be like, HESultimate.com. I'm so low maintenance. But anyhow, yeah, so hope you have an awesome month. It's like, buy a DLC bracelet. Just kidding. And I will see you guys later.